Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 10. I hope everybody's had a great week. And I just thought I would take a moment here to go over assignment number 5 so that you have a really strong idea of what our culminating project will look like. This is my first time using Screencast-O-Matic, and so I hope that I will do a great job being able to share with you all the information that is needed. But as always, if you have any questions or concerns, you can email me and I would be happy to help. So I'm just going to scroll down here now to assignment number 5. So our assignment number 5 is a culminating project, taking into consideration everything that we've learned together so far this semester. It is due week 11, November 28th, 2021 by 11:59 p.m. It's worth 25% of your final grade, and it's a really exciting opportunity to showcase all of our learning. So the purpose of this assignment. The purpose of this assignment is to allow students an opportunity to be creative in planning music and movement curriculum for young children. So it gives us the opportunity to put everything we've learned into practice so that when you go out in the field, you are right ready to go and that it all will make sense to you on how you can apply it out in the field. The assignment will allow students an opportunity to design curriculum to meet the developmental needs and interests of children across all the areas of music and movement curriculum in the child care program that we cover together. So this assignment requires the student to select activities that interest individual children, so just single children, and or groups of children in a variety of curriculum areas, including singing, musical activities, circle activities, musical instruments, yoga, mindfulness, physical activity, and creative movement through teacher-facilitated activities that you come up with on your own. The student will also apply their knowledge of child development and explain why the activities are developmentally appropriate for the age of the children that you have chosen to plan for. So your first task with this assignment is to choose which age group of children you would like to plan for. You have the opportunity to plan for infant, toddler, preschool, or school age. Part A of the assignment. Your job will be to fill out a curriculum plan with 8 areas of interest. So using the template that I have provided, please complete the following. You're going to create a curriculum plan with your specific age group in mind, your infant, toddler, preschool, or school age. That includes only one activity per curriculum area for a group of children. These areas, as mentioned above, are singing, musical activities, circle time, musical instruments, yoga, mindfulness, physical activity, and creative movement. You will plan and develop activities that fall within each of the following curriculum areas and explain to me how you would facilitate or lead the activities. A great example of this is if you think back to when I shared my circle ideas from week 5 that were based on the concept of things that move. It will give you a great example of what I mean of an activity to showcase different areas of curriculum. So students will choose one of the following concepts. So you will not use all of them. You just choose which one you're most interested in exploring or that you might have an interest in. And your options are nature, all about me, seasons, or music. So in each section of the curriculum plan, Make sure that you outline one developmentally appropriate activity that is related to your concept of interest and curriculum area. Include enough detail that I can understand what you are trying to do during your activity, how it will happen, so that if I was to have your submission in front of me, I would be able to lead the activity on my own. Please note that this assignment is to be submitted on the template that is attached to your assignment. I'm asking you to please not modify the template and to make sure your assignment is typed at the time of submission. You must also make sure that you reference your activities that you have looked up and researched on your own and selected from other sources than yourself. So an example of this would be Pinterest or Google. I'm just going to take a minute here to scroll down to what this looks like now. So this is the template, the curriculum plan part A. This is where you'll come up with activities. Okay, now going back up to part A. The second piece is in each section of the curriculum plan, you will be outlining one developmentally appropriate activity that is related to your concept of interest and curriculum area. And then the second part is you will utilize our elect document from our previous assignments, and you will select two different developmental areas with two different skills and two different indicators. In this section, students should provide an explanation of how these skills and indicators connect directly with their proposed activity. So if we scroll down again, I have given you an example here. Okay, so my concept is all about me. My curriculum area in the example is singing. I have chosen to sing Head and Shoulders and to teach the children about their various body parts. This will be an activity that supports their physical development because they will increase control over their own movements. I will make sure I include a visual on the wall of each of the body parts and where we find them on our body. I will use the visuals to first teach children the proper names of the body parts and how to move them. I will then teach the school-age children the lyrics to the song. Once the children understand and can follow along, I will adjust the speed of the song to go faster, slower, louder, and quieter to teach them different pitches and tones. If the children like this activity, I may ask them to name other appropriate body parts or to find alternate songs to complement this activity. This activity may also create a social emotional opportunity for the children to engage with one another and talk about their personal characteristics, both similar and differences. So similar would be their height and differences may be skin color. Below you'll also see that I took my two elect skills and indicators and I added them directly on my sheet. Okay, and that is the end of part A. Part B is you will create an ECE planned experience and some photographs. So using the modified ECE planning sheet that I've attached to the assignment, you will create a planned experience using your creative movement activity. So from part A, you'll go directly to your curriculum plan, you'll take your creative movement activity, and you will turn it into a full ECE planned experience. After you have filled out your planning sheet, you will set up and take a photograph of the activity. So the EC planned experience should be based on the activities that you included in your template from part A of the assignment. So your first steps for part B is you'll find an example of a classroom or an outdoor space where you would like to set your activity up. Next, you will create a photo submission of the physical setup of their activity. You can download a free app or utilize an online source to create your photo submission. You will select a minimum of 3 photos to demonstrate the beginning, middle, and end of the creative movement activity you have chosen. And then you will physically set up the creative movement as you would for a group of children. So if we go down here, you'll see that I've attached the ECE planning form below. So that you'll fill out the ECE modified planning experience. And then below that, I have included an example of a very well done and discussed ECE planned experience for a game to give you a good use and knowledge of the information that you need to provide me using How Does Learning Happen and the ELECT document. I then included examples of photographs. So I have a beginning, middle, and end sequence. My photos are stock photos from the internet, but you are required to set up the activity on your own. But this is just an example of how this would look. If we scroll back up here, just quickly, I want to go over what you need to have to hand in to me the day that the assignment is due. So first, we need a cover page identifying your name and your student number. Second, you will hand in the curriculum plan using the template provided. Third, you will need an ECE planned experience sheet for your creative movement only. 4, you will need a reference page if you use references or any ideas that did not, or sorry, you will need them if you do use an internet source. And last, you'll submit it within the assignments portal within the Course Hub on Blackboard. If you come to our rubric here, you'll see that you can read where all of the marks have been allotted. So the plan here is match to the curriculum areas. Do your activities match and relate to the curriculum area and other activities presented? Do the activities relate to the area of interest? Do the activities relate to the learning needs of the age group? Is there a balance of play-based versus adult-led activities? Are the activities unique and creatively developed? And are the skills you selected within the ELECT appropriate and aligned with the developmental outcomes of the games and the opportunities that you are planning? Second, we have an activity photo submission. So the presentation is professional and easy to understand. The creative activity was attractively and creatively displayed. The creative movement activity contains the key elements that were discussed and aligned with our course content, and the activity is inclusive and non-competitive, as that is one of our learning outcomes for this course. The modified ECE planning sheet that you provide will provoke learning, further inquiry, and included the appropriate use of How Does Learning Happen and the ELECT document. And finally, we have 5 marks allotted for the written assignment. So we want it to be blemish-free and clearly and concisely written. Blemish-free means grammar and spelling. The total for this assignment is 85, and it is 25% of your mark as mentioned above. And all components of this assignment must be handed in on the designated day of the assignment, or it will be considered late. So I wish you all a great, fun opportunity with this assignment, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with.